Hello guys, my name's Rob, this is Decoded, and today I'm going to show you how I made this Star Wars inspired hologram effect in Blender. Okay, so I've got a Suzanne monkey head set up here, and it's just got a standard principled shader attached. And the first thing I'm going to do is just get rid of the principled shader, and I'm going to add in an emission shader. Okay, I'm going to give this a blue colour, and I'm going to give it a strength of somewhere between 3 and 4. I'll go 3.5, but you can go either side of that. And then I'm going to add in a transparent shader. Make sure you get transparent, not translucent. Okay, and we're going to put both of these through a mix node. So mix shader, make sure you get the transparent into the top and the emission into the bottom. Okay, and that's what that looks like so far. For the factor on this shader, what we're going to do is we're going to use a node you might not have used before, and that's called the geometry node. The geometry node has loads of different outputs based on the actual mesh itself, like where its position is relative in 3D space and things like that. And if we look at the second output, it's called the normal output. What that does is it breaks the mesh down depending on where the faces are on the normals. What I mean by that is, so all of the faces that are on the left of the mesh are blue, all the ones on the right are red, but if we come around the back, then what happens is you get green and yellow, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to add in a separate RGB node, and we're going to plug the normal into that. And then if we look at the third channel here, what we get is it splits it up, so anything that's kind of facing down is black and anything that's facing up is white. And then if we come around the back, everything, cameras went a bit wonky, everything's kind of black, right? So we're going to use this as the factor of our mix shader, and if we take a look at this, there's your hologram effect halfway done. Okay, but we need to add that kind of, you get these like scan lines on the original effect if you look, and that's what really sells the hologram part. So we're going to move this across, and I'm going to, with Shift D, I'm going to select the mix shader and duplicate that, and I'm going to get the transparent shader and I'm going to duplicate that. And once again I'm going to make sure the transparent shader goes in the top node and the mix shader goes in the bottom. Now the factor for this one, what we're going to do to make the scan lines is I'm just going to use an image texture. I'll link the exact texture that I used online, but it's one with an alpha, so I'm going to use the alpha as the factor, and I've already added it into Blender, so it's this one here, scan lines, and that's added the scan line effect. But the problem is that it's warping, it's like mapping the scan lines onto the mesh, whereas because it's a projected image, the scan lines shouldn't really care about where the mesh is like shaped and bending. So what we're going to do to get this effect is we're going to add in a mapping node, which we're going to connect to the vector of the image, and we're going to add in a texture coordinate node, and we're going to use this output here, which is called window. Window kind of does exactly what it sounds like. It basically just puts the image behind the mesh. Imagine if you kind of cut out the space where the mesh was and put the image texture straight behind it. That's what it does. So if we connect this up to here, I'll show you what I mean, and then take a look at the whole shader. There's our hologram effect. Okay, and what I'm going to do is just change the scale to like 0.6 to make the lines show up a little bit stronger, to make them a little bit bigger. But if we move around this in 3D space, no matter where we look from, we get straight lines that go all the way across. Okay, you can look from any direction and it'll constantly have the same line appearance, which I think looks really cool in an animation. So that is the basic hologram effect done, believe it or not. The only thing we need to add is the kind of bloom of light that goes around it. Now the way that I'm going to do that is I'm just going to add in a cylinder. I've already got my 3D cursor in the center here, so it should just add it right where I want it. I'm going to look in 3D view here. I'm just going to hide this object. This is just the surroundings. I'm going to hide that. Okay. and I'm going to scale down this thing to be about the size of the light emitter. Okay, the emitter is literally just an object with, I'm going to show you this quickly, it's an object that I just applied a standard emission shader to. It's nothing fancy. I'm going to bring this down to be just above it. Okay, and then in wireframe mode I'm going to select the top, bring it up to be just a little bit bigger, and then scale it out. And if you want, what I did for mine is I just used Control and B, and I just beveled around a little bit. Okay, I'm going to select the bottom as well, go into face mode with 3, and I'm just going to delete that bottom face because we don't need it. Okay, then select everything with A, face, shade smooth. If we take a look at that, obviously it's going to be a solid object, right? What we need to do for the material on this is just add a new material. Let's see where that nodes went. We're going to get rid of the principal shader, and we're going to add in a volume scatter shader. I'm going to connect this to the volume, not the surface where it normally goes, it's going in the volume. And then we're going to set the density to 0.1, and the anisotropy is going to go to about 0.6. And there you have it, guys, that's the full effect done. You can play around with this more if you want. Another thing that looks quite cool is if instead of making this cone shape, you can just duplicate the actual mesh, like the monkey head or whatever, scale it up so it's about 10 or 20% bigger and apply it to that, so you kind of get a halo of light going around the whole thing. I've tried it, it looks really cool. As usual, if you try this effect out, please send me a comment on either on the Facebook group, which I'll link below, or the comments on this video. I've had a few people send in the work they've done already, and it's great to see. Please subscribe to this channel. I would love to have you join me for more videos. I put up videos 2 or 3 times a week at the moment.